Hi Leo, welcome to your reading, and this is a reading for Leo's Sun, Moon, and Rising for November 2021. And keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you out there. And if it doesn't, feel free to check your other placements here in the channel as well. And Leo, as always, I already got your cards, so I already have them from the pre-shuffle, and we open up with the cards that represent you and the card that represents the environment, the energy around you. Okay, so the card that represents you here is the Ten of Swords. I was gonna say this before I opened your first card, but when I was shuffling your deck, it felt very messy. It felt confusing because the cards communicate a lot with us, not only in the direct messages from the cards itself, but also the energy around the shuffling. You can already pick up on what's going on just depending on how the shuffling feels like. And your shuffle was very messy. The cards kept jumping and falling around, and I just felt this energy of disorganization. And it felt very emotional, but especially mental. Not so much. Yeah, I don't feel like your emotions are disorganized per se, but I think that the connection between the emotions and the body to the mind, that's where the confusion is happening here. I almost see you as, when we are a bit confused in our mental space, and it's like we have lots of radios and they are just outcasting these different voices, so we hear lots of noises around us, but we can't really make sense of what they are saying. It's just lots of noises, lots of voices. We sometimes feel overwhelmed like that, and of course I'm saying this, it's very symbolic, it's not literal. But if you have ever been through this situation in which your thoughts are so chaotic and so fast, and they are not coming to you in this line, they are not linear, they are not organized, they are just everywhere, and you're trying to make sense of them. This is what I'm feeling from you this month. Okay, and then with the Ten of Swords here, when I see this card representing you, I see all these swords and the dead birds that are in each sword, and one victorious one here in the end. And I feel like these are all aspects of yourself, and these are all things that all these other birds, the dead birds, are things that you're having to sacrifice in your life right now in order to give space and focus to that one thing that you want to go after. And I think that this is why I'm getting this message of feeling overwhelmed in the thoughts, because I think that there is a focus here. There should be a focus here. Having a focus, having a priority this month is going to be important to you. And as I say this, Mercury is transiting Libra right now, so it's in your third house, which is the house of communication. It's the house of how we think, of how we process the immediate information around us. And then we have Mars that just moved into Scorpio. And Mars just moved into your fourth house, which is your home. But not just home and family, but our home within ourselves is a very personal house. It's what is going on within us, that deep part of us that no one else sees. And the sun has already moved in Scorpio a while ago, and we were going to have a new moon in Scorpio now on the 4th. So there's a lot of action going on in your fourth house. And it comes right after the third house, So after we think, after we communicate, after we organize all those thoughts, we retreat a bit within our own home, in our own body, because the fourth house is also ruled by Cancer naturally, and the moon, which is very in the body, in the emotions, in the inner self. It has a bit of a hermit aspect to it, even though the hermit is a Virgo card. But it has this very personal, not so much out in the world. So we'll have a lot of themes going on in your fourth house. What it is that you value, what it is that is important to you. What do you want to nurture in your house? Because the fourth house is also what we nurture, is our home, right? So that's where we go at the end of the day. We retreat to rest and recharge. So your inner values, the fourth house is also a house of values. These values, they are gonna come to the front of your life in November. But for that to really happen, we first need to sacrifice the things that are occupying space in our minds, in our house, to focus on what really matters. Because all the tens, they are cards of endings in all the suits. And the sword is the ending of a mental struggle here. Okay, so this will be a month of focus for you, of sacrificing, of choosing. It's a house cleaning. Okay, also with all those planets in your fourth house, the new moon happening in your fourth house, it's a house cleaning for me. This is a month for housekeeping and house cleaning. So let's see what card represents the environment. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Leo. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle. This is not gonna be the happiest month for you. There is a sense of loss here. But I feel like you're not supposed to be attached to this loss. Because of that bird on top of the one sword, I think that these losses here that you're having, whatever you're losing this month, whatever your sense of lack of scarcity you're feeling this month, it's okay to just let it go, because these are just some of those things that you need to sacrifice in order to focus on what is truly important to you. Now, that doesn't mean that it's easy, that doesn't mean that it's not painful. Of course, it's all painful. Leaving things behind, admitting losses, admitting defeat, feeling left out, it's always hard. But I think that this is the month in which Leo really embodies the archetype of the Strength card, which is that card in which we see a woman closing the mouth of a Leo and saying, I hear you roaring, but I hear you roar, but I cannot spend time with you right now. I just cannot focus on this. I feel like you don't have the time to focus on these losses. You don't have the time to focus on whatever you are leaving behind here, because there's something much greater ahead. And this something much greater will come probably for you in the month of December, when the sun moves into Sagittarius, which is a much more comfortable place for you to have the sun in, because the sun will rule your fifth house and Sagittarius rules your natural fifth house. I'm sorry for any sound, but there are some fireworks going on. I just heard them. But anyway, so going back, when the sun moves into your fifth house in December, that's where we are gonna see you completely leaving this behind and focusing on more creative aspects, on more playful aspects of your life. But until then, it's a matter of putting in the work, doing what needs to be done, focusing on what is important, and almost shutting off that pain. Not in a way that you are repressing it, you are still feeling it, but you just don't have time to dwell on it. So let's take a look at your cards. Yeah, the moon in the reverse. The Five of Cups, yeah. The sun in the reverse, indeed. Yeah. The star, okay. The Queen of Wands. The Tower in the reverse. Yeah, it's very important here for you to let this tower fall. Whatever it is that you're losing here, whatever is coming to an end, I feel like you are very attached to it still, for fear. And maybe for some of you could even be pride, because we know that Leo is a prideful sign, and you can be prideful in the best way. You can be very confident and sure of yourself, but on the dark side, you can't fall into the pride of not letting something go just because you think you need to have it, but sometimes that thing is not even good to you. So don't hold onto something that is not good for you just because that something doesn't want you. I would say that here. The World, the King of Cups in the reverse, and the Six of Cups. Yeah. And you know why I say this aspect of the pride, Leo? Because you are sitting here right in the middle of the reading. The Queen of Wands is a very Leo card, and she's very confident. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She's strong. She's decided. She's independent. She's very intellectual. She's dressed in yellow, but at the same time, she's holding the staff. So she makes the move. She is assertive. She goes after what she wants, but she does that from a very intellectual place. She's smart. She thinks before she acts. Okay, but she is very optimistic here, holding on this sunflower. Is very connected with your archetype of the sun, and she has also a cat here, connecting with that Leo aspect of her. But the thing is, the only thing that I don't like so much about this Queen of Wands in the middle is that we see a lot of attachment going on, and I'm gonna go through each of these cards. I'm not gonna skip ahead, but just to give an overview. I see a lot of loss, of grief, of not wanting to let something go, and then this very powerful queen sitting in the middle. So it gives me a sense that for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, could be connected to a more prideful part of you, and denying that this, whatever is coming to an end here, come to an end, because you feel like you need to win this. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you that from all these cards, and especially that 10 of Swords in the beginning, you're not supposed to win this, Leo, because what is coming for you is actually much better. And in the end, you might think that you want this, but if you knew what is actually coming for you, you would not want this. The attachment to this is coming more from a place of pride than from a place of love. Okay, but not all of you, as I said. But we open up with the Moon in the reverse and the Five of Cups. So indeed, the grieving of something, not wanting to let something go, as I already said with that Five of Pentacles in the beginning, right? Something is indeed coming to an end. It's either an idea, a plan, a relationship, or just something that you thought would be. Whatever you idealized or expected and worked towards, it's coming to an end. And I feel like it's very hard for you to let go of it. And with the Moon in the reverse, I feel like the fear of going through the unknown is actually bigger than the dangers of going through that unknown. And that's the thing with the Moon in the reverse, because when the Moon is in the upright, we know that we cannot see the path ahead completely. We don't have the sunlight illuminating our way. We only see shadows. And we need to trust and move through it anyway. And we know that there might be dangers in the way, because we can't see everything ahead, but we still need to walk with faith. But when the Moon is in the reverse, we actually see ourselves being caught up within that fear. The fear of the path, the fear of that unknown, the fear of the shadows of the Moon. And here I see this. I see that these fears, they are much more overwhelming than the dangers of the path. Okay? And with the Sun here in the reverse, and the Sun is a card of Leo, so you're coming in the reverse, you're out of your element here. I feel like many Leos will be putting a facade of confidence to actually disguise the fact that they are feeling very low and abandoned in this, whatever happened here. So for instance, if this was a job offer that you were waiting for, or if this was a relationship that you were hoping to come into fruition, whatever this was, that contract that you wanted to sign, that course that you wanted to pass, whatever is your situation here, because for each one of you this will be different. I feel like some of you will just be this situation will really, yeah, this will be really hard on your confidence. This is what I see. This will be very harsh on your confidence. And some of you will be dwelling on that lack of confidence. But I also see that for some of you, you will put this facade of pride, of confidence, of, oh, I didn't even want this. But actually you did. And the thing is, I think that here, it's important to feel this loss. To accept that, yeah, you know what, I actually really wanted it. And I feel like it sucks that I didn't get it. And it's okay. I will move on. It's okay that things didn't go my way. Because it's also part of the archetype of Leo, of the lessons of Leo. Each zodiac has its lessons, right? And for Leo is to have humility, to be humble when they can't have it. Is understanding that even though they are generous and shiny and confident and amazing, there are days in which they don't feel like that. And it's fine. It's part of life. It's part of the human experience. And there is some healing here to be done for this Queen of Wands to be really upright and for her to be in her best element, for her to embody all those strong positive qualities of Leo, of the leader, because she's a leader. In order for that to happen, you need to allow the healing to happen. And this is so interesting here because this is how it goes in the tarot. This is the natural order of the cards. Okay, we have actually all of them here. We have the Tower. We are stripped of everything that we own. Things come to an end very abruptly. Then we go through healing. Then after the healing, we need to go towards the unknown and face our fears because we went through that healing until we come to the Sun, in which we reach that space of abundance, of confidence, of happiness. But this is a path. And this path has different stages. But then we had that the Sun was in the reverse, the Moon was in the reverse, and the Tower was in the reverse. And the Star upright here, which tells me that unless you let this Tower completely come down, unless you accept that whatever happened here didn't come to you because it wasn't good to you, it's not what you meant to have right now, unless you accept it and you let it go, you cannot go through this healing. And unless you go through this healing, you will still be scared and you will still not be reaching that Sun. Let me have a bit of tea, just a second. So that is very important here, Leo, to allow that end to happen. Because I see here that with the World card, whatever needed to happen in this situation already happened. This is supposed to end here. Whatever the cycle was for you, if this is a relationship that you have been struggling with for a long time, if this is a job that you have been applying or hoping for a long time, I feel like whatever happened here has been going on for a while. And I can tell you this, that there is nothing else for you to experience in this situation. If this is a person, if this is whatever it is, this, you have experienced everything that you needed. And that's why this Tower in the reverse here is asking to fall. It's asking to fall. Because there's nothing else anymore to be squeezed out of this situation. Because this person, this contract, this job, this trip, they were not for you. King of Cups in the reverse. They could not offer you the emotional fulfillment and the happiness and the connection that you hoped it would. In the end, you are attached more to the hopes of what you wish it could be than what it actually is. This is what the Six of Cups is telling me. And my throat is horrible because I have an incense burning very close to me and the smoke is coming and making me cough a lot. But yeah, I usually love the Six of Cups. And I think that the Six of Cups is also giving a good message here of having hope, of having faith that what is yours will be yours. But at the same time, what I don't like about the Six of Cups is that I feel like you are attaching the Six of Cups to this King of Cups in the reverse. And I think that this King of Cups in the reverse is whatever is making you grieve. This King of Cups is connected to that loss that you are experiencing. And I feel like you are still connected to this memory, to this person, to this situation, to this plan, and feeling just very nostalgic about it. And it's hard. I know, I understand it's hard to let go of it. But as I said, there needs to be an ending. There really needs to be an ending. Because with that Ten of Swords, this situation, as I said in the very beginning, right, with that Five of Pentacles, I love it when the whole message comes already in these two cards and we see it just developing in the reading and confirming everything. But I said this in the beginning, that these Five Pentacles that you are missing here, that is being taken away from you, these are these dead birds that you are having to sacrifice in order to have that which you really want. And I love this because in the Ten of Swords, also in this deck, but in this one as well, you see the sun. The sun is rising, it's a new day. So we have here a sun. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sun and a bird in front of it. And this is an upright sun, right? This is the place you're supposed to get. Not that sun in the reverse that we have here. But in order to get that, you need to sacrifice some things along the way. But I assure you, Leo, whatever you're sacrificing here, you're not losing it. You will not be missing it. They have fulfilled their part in your life with the world. They have given you everything they could. There's nothing else here for you to get from this. Because after the world, we have the journey of the Fool all over again. It's time to start something new. And new moon in Scorpio. When we have new moon in Scorpio, we need to burn to the ground. We need to let go of something because something new is coming. Actually, both the full moon and the new moon in Scorpio, they have this very similar flavor to them, which is let it burn, let it fall, let it be washed away, by those deep scorpionic waters. It's release. It's the season of release. Scorpio season. It's the season of release. Whatever doesn't serve us anymore, they will not go through this season. They will not. So it's time for you to start that new journey. And I feel like attaching to this, especially for those of you who might be attaching to this, is still for pride, because you think you are supposed to have it, because how dare they not give me what I want? How dare they don't love me how I am supposed to be loved, how I deserve to be loved? How dare they? And then attaching, connecting with that prideful side of you, that will not help you this time. And especially for those of you who connect with the love reading in this case, we cannot ask someone to love us beyond their loving capacity. And it has nothing to do about you. It's not, oh, I'm not lovable enough. No, you cannot ask someone to love you beyond their own loving capacity. And with this King of Cups in the reverse here, they don't have a very big loving capacity. If it's a company and you think that, oh, they just think that I'm not good enough, so how dare they not give me that position? I'm the best candidate that they had, but they might just not afford to have you. So don't connect it with that pride of, no, but I deserved it. I should have, could have, would have. Oh, if they only knew. Like, they know. They know. But so what? So don't stop yourself here for ego, okay? Because there's much more you need to accomplish here. Much more to be accomplished starting in the month of December. So connect with the good part of that archetype of the Queen of Wands, the decided one, the one that takes on the staff and say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do what needs to be done. Because that's also the Queen of Wands. And I truly believe that many of you are in that aspect. Because also if you're here and watching readings, you are working on yourself. But connect with that leader archetype of the Queen of Wands, the one that is not afraid of taking action. So that you declutter your mental space, right? Because I think that this situation has already taken too much time and space on your mental space here. Okay, Leo, so let's get some final cards for you. Actually, first, I want to get an animal. I'm going to take 2 animal oracles for you. But first, let's see what energy, okay, we can bring. Yeah, okay. So with this card, I wanted to see what is the energy that you should embody this month to help you through it. And we got the Beaver card. And I love the Beaver card because even though you are a fire sign, I think that the Beaver card here, it connects a bit with your twin fixed sign of Taurus. And Taurus gives you the stamina of keep on going. You know, it's steady and it's solid and it won't stop working until it gets it done. You know, and you also have this aspect in yourself because you are also a fixed sign. So all 4 fixed sign have these things of never stop working until you have done the job, until you have finished it. But this Beaver is actually connecting to me a lot, both actually with Taurus, but also with Scorpio, because of the Beaver building its nests on top of water, right? And but also Taurus, that very steady stamina of Taurus. So it gives me this image of don't look back, of just keep on going, almost mechanically, you know, when you just keep on working and you keep on going and you keep on doing one day after the other and never stopping. Set your mind onto that goal, that one goal, and just keep working towards it, very steady. Okay, let's get an oracle card for you now. Wow, Wombat Spirit, and it says be at home. And I started this reading talking about how you're having everything going on through your 4th house right now, which is the house of home. So that connection with your body and with your house is going to be very important this month. I think that you will draw a lot of energy from your own place, from being at home. Actually, I see this be at home very literal in the sense. I think that you will need a lot of rest this month. So if you work from home or if you can spend more time at home, just nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, eating good food and taking a bath and recharging, taking some naps. I think that this connection with home and nurturing yourself, nurturing your physical body and emotional bodies, that will be very important for you to get through this month. My camera stopped recording, so I'm gonna repeat a few things here. I'm not sure exactly where the camera stopped, but as I was saying, with the new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. I think that I know that we are tired of hearing this all the time in the community. Things such as whatever is yours, will be yours, and it will come, and you just need to be patient. And we hate it, especially when this patience that we need to have is like 1, 2 years. And we are like, come on, this is such a BS. But it never is, Leo. And fixed signs really understand the power of time and the power that time takes to bring to us that which we really need, that we really want. So, with you and your loved ones are safe, what truly belongs to you is safe. Whatever's coming down here with this tower wasn't yours, wasn't a loved one in first place. Of course, maybe it was. So that's I'm not saying that you didn't love and care for whatever you lost here. Of course you do, but this is not part of your future anymore. This is only part of your past, and whatever is part of your future really has a big place here. And if for those of you who actually lost someone physically, someone who passed away this month, and you are grieving for someone who passed away, then I also see this as a message that your loved ones are safe. They are safe wherever they are. And I know that you're grieving and that you're suffering, that they left, but they are safe. They are still connected with you. But it's time for you to close that cycle and move on at the same time as well. Yes, Leo, so that's all I have for you this month. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. And if you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below because it really helps the channel when you engage with the video. So I'll see you next time. Take care and bye bye.